There comes a moment in every man's life when he gets tired. Tired of being overlooked. Tired of being spoken to like he doesn't matter. Tired of feeling small in rooms where he should stand tall. If you're here, it's because you've reached that moment. And today, everything changes. Disrespect ends after this. The truth is, people don't disrespect you because you're weak. They disrespect you because you allow what you do not confront. The world studies your boundaries. It watches what you tolerate. And once it sees you accept less, it gives you even less. But the day you decide that enough is enough, the energy around you shifts. Respect is not demanded with noise. It is commanded with presence. When you walk into a room knowing your worth, you don't have to announce it. Your silence speaks. Your posture speaks. Your discipline speaks. And people adjust accordingly. You must understand something powerful. People test you. Not because they hate you, but because they are measuring you. They're asking, how far can I go with this person? If you laugh off every insult, if you swallow every slight, you are answering their question. You are telling them there is no limit. Disrespect ends when your standards begin. The moment you raise your standards for how you are treated, you raise the quality of people who remain in your life. Some will fall away. Let them. Not everyone is meant to stay. When you start leveling up, confidence is quiet but firm. It does not beg for approval. It does not chase validation. It understands that being liked is optional, but being respected is essential. When you stop trying to be everyone's favorite and start being true to yourself, something powerful happens. You become untouchable. You don't fight every battle. That's immaturity. True strength is choosing which battles deserve your energy. Sometimes the most powerful response to disrespect is a calm, direct statement. I don't appreciate that. No shouting. No drama. Just clarity. Your body language speaks before you ever open your mouth. Stand straight. Maintain eye contact. Speak slower. When you rush your words, you communicate nervousness. When you pause, you communicate authority. The smallest changes in how you carry yourself can transform how people treat you. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They're lines that show people how to love you correctly. When someone crosses a boundary and you say nothing, you teach them it's acceptable. When you calmly reinforce that boundary, you teach them you value yourself. Emotional control is your greatest weapon. The person who angers you controls you. When someone tries to provoke you and you remain composed, you win. Calmness under pressure is a signal of power. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. Sometimes the strongest move is to disengage. Silence can be louder than any argument. Disrespect often continues because of familiarity. When people get too comfortable, they forget your value. Remind them, not with threats, but with distance. Absence has a way of restoring appreciation. You must also respect yourself in private. Keep your promises to yourself. Wake up when you say you will. Finish what you start. When you build self-trust, your confidence becomes unshakable. And people feel that. If you constantly tolerate jokes at your expense, you become the joke. Learn to smile less when you're uncomfortable. It's okay not to laugh. It's okay to let silence sit after someone says something out of line. Choose your circle wisely. You cannot grow around people who feed on belittling others. Elevate your environment and your standards rise naturally. The right circle reinforces your dignity instead of testing it. Your voice matters. Speak clearly. Speak directly. Avoid over-apologizing. Apologies are for mistakes, not for existing. When you reduce unnecessary apologies, you increase perceived confidence. Disrespect sometimes hides behind sarcasm. Pay attention. If someone consistently disguises insults as humor, address it once. If it continues, adjust their access to you. Access is a privilege, not a right. The world mirrors your self-image. If you see yourself as small, you will accept small treatment. If you see yourself as valuable, you will reject anything that contradicts that value. Stop chasing approval from people who thrive on withholding it. The more you chase, the more they pull away. When you stop chasing, the dynamic shifts. Develop competence. Skill earns respect faster than words ever will. When you are excellent at what you do, people think twice before undermining you. Mastery silences doubters. Learn the art of saying no without guilt. No is a complete sentence. You do not owe everyone an explanation. Protect your time like it is currency, because it is. Sometimes disrespect comes from unresolved insecurity in others. Don't internalize what was never about you. Stand firm without absorbing their negativity. Forgiveness does not mean tolerance. You can forgive someone and still refuse to accept their behavior again. Growth includes discernment. Every time you reinforce a boundary, you strengthen your identity. You are teaching the world who you are. Consistency builds reputation. You don't need to threaten consequences. Simply enforce them. If someone disrespects you repeatedly, reduce communication. Change availability. People adjust when comfort is removed. Your energy is sacred. Stop giving it to people who drain it. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. The most powerful transformation happens internally. When you no longer fear losing people, you stop tolerating disrespect. Freedom begins there. From this moment forward, decide that you are not available for belittlement, manipulation, or mockery. Decide that your presence carries weight. Decide that your words matter. Disrespect ends after this because you end it not with violence, not with ego but with clarity, composure, and courage. And if this message resonated with you, if you felt something shift inside you, then this channel is for you. I create content that builds confidence, sharpens your mindset, and strengthens your character. Subscribe right now and become part of a community that refuses to settle for less. Your growth starts here. Disrespect fades when your habits change. If you constantly show up late, cancel plans, or speak without preparation, people subconsciously lower their regard for you. Discipline earns silent admiration. When your actions are sharp and consistent, your reputation strengthens without you saying a word. Stop oversharing your struggles with people who haven't earned your trust. Vulnerability is powerful, but only in safe spaces. When you reveal too much to the wrong audience, some will use it to measure you down instead of lifting you up. Guard your story wisely. Your tone matters just as much as your words. You can say, "I disagree," in a way that sounds unsure, or you can say it with grounded certainty. Practice speaking from your chest, not your throat. Calm, steady speech commands more respect than loud reactions ever will. Do not reward bad behavior with attention. Some people disrespect you because they enjoy the reaction. The moment you stop feeding the drama, the behavior loses its power. Energy withdrawn is influence reclaimed. Improve your appearance, not for vanity, but for presence. Clean shoes, neat hair, intentional style, these details communicate self-respect. And when you respect yourself visually, people hesitate before treating you casually. Stop laughing when you feel insulted just to keep the peace. Peace that costs your dignity is too expensive. Choose authenticity over approval. Learn to pause before responding. A pause shows control. It shows that you are thinking, not reacting. That slight moment of silence can shift the entire dynamic of a conversation. Increase your value daily. Read more. Train your body. Strengthen your skills. When you are constantly evolving, you naturally outgrow spaces that once diminished you. Growth makes disrespect uncomfortable for others. If someone crosses a line, address it privately when possible. Public confrontation can escalate egos. A firm, calm conversation one-on-one often restores balance without drama. Detach from the need to win every argument. Winning arguments does not equal winning respect. Sometimes the most powerful move is letting someone talk themselves into irrelevance. Watch how you speak about yourself. Self-deprecating humor might seem harmless, but repeated negativity about yourself teaches others how to treat you. Speak about yourself with pride. Stop accepting, "That's just how I am," as an excuse from others. Personality does not justify disrespect. You can understand someone's nature without tolerating harmful behavior. When you upgrade your circle, your standards feel normal instead of extreme. Surround yourself with people who speak life into rooms, not sarcasm into silence. Respect grows when you stop negotiating your values. If honesty matters to you, stand by it. If loyalty matters to you, live it. Integrity is magnetic. Don't respond instantly to every message. Urgency can create imbalance. When you respond at your pace, you communicate that your time is structured, not desperate. Learn to walk away mid-conversation if necessary. Not dramatically, calmly. "We can continue this later." That statement alone can reset a disrespectful tone. Strengthen your body. Physical confidence translates into mental presence. When you feel strong physically, you project firmness without trying. Be unpredictable in growth. Let people be surprised by your evolution. The version of you they once underestimated should not be the version they meet again. Stop arguing with people committed to disrespect. Some individuals thrive on conflict. Silence, distance, and consistency defeat them faster than debate. Honor your own standards even when no one is watching. The private discipline you build becomes the public aura you carry. When someone apologizes, observe their actions. Words restore conversation. Behavior restores respect. Understand that not everyone who leaves your life is a loss. Sometimes it is a necessary clearing. When the wrong people exit, the right energy has space to enter. Control your facial expressions. Rolling your eyes, smirking, or looking distracted can unintentionally signal disrespect from you, and disrespect invites disrespect. Led by example. Stop shrinking yourself in rooms where you belong. Sit at the table fully. Speak when you have something valuable to say. Your presence is not accidental. Build financial independence. When you are not dependent on others for survival, your confidence multiplies. Independence reduces tolerance for poor treatment. Refuse to engage in gossip. When you avoid tearing others down, people subconsciously view you as principled. Principled people are treated carefully. Accept that growth may feel lonely at first. When you stop tolerating nonsense, some people will call you changed. That's the point. The ultimate power move is self-mastery. Control your thoughts. Control your habits. Control your reactions. The more you master yourself, the less others can shake you. Disrespect ends after this because you become the standard. And standards are not loud. They are unwavering. If these words are sharpening your mindset, then you already know this is the kind of growth you need consistently. Subscribe to this channel and join a movement of men and women who are done settling. We rise, we build, and we command respect, starting now.